If you could briefly explain about the process of admission for Mine르바 School. The whole application process is definitely a lot more different than applying to U.S. universities or even other ones. There's a section where an applicant is asked to list what they would consider as their top accomplishments in life, any sort of extracurriculars you've been involved in, any sort of projects you've done. You know, it could be personal, it could be within your school, it could be jobs or internships or whatever. And it's just about really showcasing who you are as an applicant and what your passions are. We have to do a few tests within the application process, just because Mine르바 doesn't really look at SATs or require you to write a long essay to sort of assess you as a candidate. They're trying to make it as accessible as possible to a wide audience. So there's a written portion of the test. There is a creativity portion of the test as well.
Creativity portion of the test.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there's also oral test. You get asked certain questions, and then you have to sort of answer in a video, a 1-minute response. And that also just tests, what you're interested in, and just to sort of showcase you as a candidate.
There's math.
Okay.
And the problem solving. Is that the logic test?
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah. That you're giving an issue and you need to solve it, and the test both it tests your English ability to write, but also your way of thinking and how you solve an issue. It kind of looks like a psychology test, honestly. It's
yeah.
you need to put the figures together in a line and make sure that they logically connect.
It's sort of an IQ test vibe.
Yeah.
So there are tests.
Yeah.
There are tests.
You just don't know if you did well.
So for one of the things that I did in high school is that I joined a research competition, and my topic was about sleep deprivation, because in Vietnam sleep deprivation is a huge problem in students, and we can see the detrimental effects of it. It reduces your productivity, and it also influence your mental health. So we just we do a research about it, and I remember we did a survey, and we survey a lot of school in our city, and we actually have a lot of response. I think over 7,000.
Wow.
For high school research,
Everyone's yes, I need to sleep.
Yeah. And we're also trying to design a handbook for students.
Wow.
What are the ways that can help them go sleep better? It really helped me to get a deeper look inside what's happening in the society, in the education system in Vietnam.
That's like problem-solving tests. You found the problem, you try to solve the problem by doing the research. No wonder you got in.
Wow!
So I was an exchange student in Michigan in 2016, and I spent there a year. I did drama club and I took English classes, and I learned a lot of English. Then I came back to Ukraine after a war happened, and so we had a lot of refugees in my part of the country. We had a lot of kids who really want to learn, but they don't have the funds to have a tutor or have someone help them. I had a group of around 20 kids from 6 to 15 years old, and we would meet every Friday for an hour and a half. We would play a bunch of games in English, learn some grammar, and I did that for half a year.
You basically started your own school.
Yeah, no, it was really cool, and some of the parents would stay and would also learn.
Wow.
These parents have absolutely nothing other than their kids, and they were so invested into this whole project because they had a place to put their kid, and they actually enjoyed themselves and felt normal. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm gonna cry.
That's really meaningful.
I guess for me, I went to a pretty diverse high school as well. One of the things that we had in our school was this thing called Global Issues Forum, and it's essentially a place where we would come together maybe like twice a month, and we would have discussions on like a wide range of like global topics. For example, we'd be talking about religion, LGBT stuff. Because we were so diverse, it was a really good place for people to like come together and like challenge both the the opinions they grew up with, and to hear different perspectives. I led the forum at the school for like about a year, so we would like have the entire school come together. Like I think it was around 200 kids, and even the teachers would come together, like put together a presentation, pick that topic, and we would sort of lead the discussion. It would just be a place for people to really feel like, oh, like I got challenged today, I heard something new, I grew from that, I guess, to a certain degree. So that was sort of like what I did at that school.
Talk to the person who is attending that school. By learning from their perspective, you can evaluate whether this is for you or not.
Minerva, on the main website, they have like webinars, and there's often like an event with a professor who explains a concept from Minerva, and there are usually a couple of Minervans present. See how professor acts, and you can look at some of the students, and maybe you can ask them directly if you could reach out for more help.
Really think about why you're applying to Minerva and like what your specific interests are. I think a lot of people might just get attracted to like that one aspect of Minerva, and I think like the traveling aspect is definitely like a huge plus of the school, but it's important to like just do your research and like really like see if the academics are for you.
One thing that I definitely learned is that don't expect to come to Minerva and then after 4 years come out of Minerva the same human. You will not be the same person.
No, you're not.
Like you learn so many things from the classes and from the people and from the places that even after 2 years at Minerva, even after a week at Minerva, I don't think I was the same person. So be prepared to be changed in one way or another.
Thank you guys. I got 3 change makers of the world. People like get their names now. If you want to get their autograph now, like write in your comments because they're gonna be famous.